Hey there everybody, I hope you're doing well and I welcome you to this video. Today I want to show you what you can do to balance these following equations. We're going to do two problems today, and one thing to note is essentially what we're doing when we're balancing equations is we're trying to make sure that whatever we have on the left side or the right side matches what's on the other side. So we need to have an equivalent element count on both sides. And as of right now, if we just do a quick tally, okay, let's count for number A, or letter A. On this side, we have 3 calciums. I'm just going to notate it like this. Left and side. We have 3 calciums. We have 2 times 4 oxygens. That's 8 oxygens plus 2 more from over here. So 8 plus 2 is 10. We have 10 of oxygen. And the next element we can see is phosphorus. We have 2 times 1. That's 2 phosphorus. 2p. And we have 1 silicon. And we have 1 carbon. So the left-hand side has 5 elements, and these are the numbers of those 5. That's the count. And now to take a look at the right-hand side, RHS, we have, let's see calcium first so we can do a 1-to-1 comparison. 1 calcium, we have 4 plus 1 oxygen, that's 5 oxygen. We have 4 phosphorus. We have 1 silicon. And we have 1 carbon. So the things we need to make match are the phosphoruses, the oxygens, and the calciums. So we can get started maybe with making the calciums match. So this side has 3, that side has 1. So let's just multiply this by 3. And that's going to change the structure over here. So now we have 3 calcium, which does in fact match. And we have 3 times 4 oxygen plus 1. So that's 12 plus 1, 13 oxygen. And we also change the number of silicon. So silicon doesn't match anymore. Silicon now is 3. So these match, but these don't match. We need to make a match. Okay, so in order to make the silicons match, I can just go to this side and multiply this by 3. So now we have 3 silicons. And the number of oxygens is also going to change. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 times 4, 8. 14. So we have 14 here and 13 here. What can we do to make them match? These match now, but what can we do to make the oxygens match? Well, we can just multiply the oxygens over here by 2. So what that does is it makes this number 14, right? Because 2 plus 12, okay, that's 14. And we have an extra 2 carbons. So our carbons don't match anymore, but the oxygens match. All right, we need to make these match. And it's actually pretty simple to get this guy to match with that guy. Just multiply this by 2. Now you have 2 carbons both sides. The only thing you're missing is phosphorus. In a really simple way you can reduce the number of phosphorus without messing with this over here is to multiply this by a half. Right, when you multiply this by a half, you get 4 over 2, which is just 2. So now you have an equal number on both sides. Now, if you wanted to get rid of the fraction and just give whole numbers in your balanced equation, what you can do is you can multiply everything over here by the denominator over here. So multiply everything by 2. So this would be 2, this would be 6. This would be 6. This would be, what was it before? Yeah, so now it's 4. That's just going to be 1. That's going to be 6. And that is going to be 4. Now we can just do the math again to see if once we multiplied it, the numbers are still the same. well, these numbers are obviously going to change, but they're going to match with each other because the relationship itself hasn't changed. And we can verify that. So 2 times 3, that's 6. We have 6 calciums. The number of oxygens is 12 plus 8 times 2. So 12 plus 16 is 28. You have 28 oxygens. And for phosphorus, it's 2 times 2, that's 4. For silicon, 6. For carbon, 4. And now we'll just do the same thing for the other side. We have for calcium 6. For silicon 6. For oxygen we have 6 times 4, 24, plus 4, that's 28. 24 plus 4 is 28. For phosphorus we have 4 phosphorus, and for carbon we have 4 carbon. So you see, everything matches perfectly. So this will be our final answer for A. Now we can go on to the next one, which has less elements in it, thankfully. I'll just make that little list again. Left-hand side, right-hand side. Got 4 elements. We have aluminium, 2 of them. We have 6 carbons, 6 carbons, 2 hydrogens, and one oxygen. The other side we have 1 aluminium. We have how many oxygens? Let's go to carbon first. 2 carbons. 2, 3, 5 hydrogens. And 3 oxygens. Okay. The first thing we can make match is perhaps the number of aluminiums. I'm just going to multiply this by 2. So now we have an equivalent number of aluminiums. So that's fine. These have to be made to match. These have to be made to match. And these have to be made to match. Aluminium matches. So when I made this a 2, these are also going to change. What's 2 times 1? That's just... Sorry, not 2 times 1. 2 times 3, that's 6. It's going to double. 6 plus 2 is 8. So we have 8 of these. We can multiply this by 4. So we have 8 of these. Four isn't enough. We need more. We need to try matching the number of oxygens. So let's go with 6. If we go with 6, then we have 12 hydrogens on this side, and we have 6 oxygens on the bottom. Now the oxygens match. That's good. We just need to make the hydrogen count and the carbon count match. So to make the carbon count match, I can multiply this by 3, and this becomes 6. So those match. And if I made that 3, this is 6 hydrogens here, plus 6 over there, that's 12, and we have it perfectly balanced. And we are done. These are the final answers for A and B. I hope this video was informative and you learned something about balancing equations. Until next time, guys.